So, Christina, why is International Women's Day an important day for UNISON?
Well, we're the biggest women's union in the UK. We've got over 1 million members, and we campaign on women's issues both at work and in society as a whole, and indeed across the world. So it's a very important day for us.
And what are some of the issues facing women in the UK today?
Sadly, it's the usual. It's still low pay is a major issue. The fact that women's jobs tend to be undervalued, the skills that they've got tend to be in jobs where the pay is not particularly high. So that's a major issue for us. But there are some key things as well around things like violence at work, sexual harassment, and also about the fact that women tend to still bear the brunt of caring responsibilities, whether that's children or it's dependent relatives. So as a union, we have to make sure that we are dealing with both workplace issues and family issues.
That's quite a lot of things for women to deal with in their personal and working lives. What exactly is UNISON doing about this?
So there's a number of things happening across the union, but some of the key campaigns we'll be working on this year include a campaign around gender pay gap, which is about trying to rectify the difference between men and women's pay. So basically we'll be saying to employers, it's fine to know what the gap is, but we want to know what your action plan is to deal with that. So that's one of them. Another big issue for us is on sexual harassment at work, because we know it's not just, models and actors that get affected by this. Actually, it's the cleaner working late at night, or the school secretary in the school, perhaps with just a manager or the head teacher in with them. It's any woman at work who gets the unwanted back rub, etc. So this is still sadly very much a workplace issue, and one we'll be highlighting to make workplaces where our members are harassment-free zones. But perhaps the biggest campaign we'll be involved in, which will affect women both at work and in their personal life, is our care campaign. So we're running a campaign which will be on getting funding, proper funding for the care sector, but also about getting respect, dignity and decent pay and conditions for the women and men who work in the care sector, but it is predominantly a women's occupation.
So is it all doom and gloom?
No, it's definitely not all doom and gloom. And I'm in the fortunate position as head of the Bargaining and Equalities bit of UNISON to be able to meet some amazing, inspirational women every day. And when I go out to branches or to conferences, I get to meet some of the amazing women who are members of UNISON. And that's, from members who are, the education officer in their branch or the women's officer in their branch, to people like Wendy Nichols, who's chair of the NEC's, the Labour Party NEC, which, fantastic, influential woman, and people like Roberta McGee, who for the past 2 years has been chair of our Women's Committee. Roberta was a care worker from Northern Ireland who became a care manager, a hugely influential and inspirational woman, and I could go on and name them. Rose Norman, chair of our Health Committee, brilliant people.
And for anyone watching this now, what would you suggest they do?
Well, if you're not a member of a union, join UNISON. If you are a member of UNISON but you're not involved, I would urge women to go along to their branch. There'll be lots of things happening, both about your pay and conditions, about your job, maybe about job evaluation, but also about things like, how you get support for some of the things that are happening in your life. And as a union, we do fantastic training, and that kind of events, sort of training events, can be truly life-changing for people who get involved in it. So I would urge any woman who's watching this, who's not involved, to get involved in UNISON and have fun, because it's not all hard work, a lot of it is fun.